Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to this live session from Restart. I am Paresh Masade, founder and CEO of Vaave. At Vaave, most of you probably already know that we help thousands of institutions meaningfully engage with their alumni. We were looking at various avenues where we can help alumni, and we came up with a very interesting concept called Restart, where we are helping women alumni looking forward to return to work after career breaks, because a lot of women do not know how to really come back to work, and they keep looking out for channels. And Restart was basically a program which provides you not only opportunities but also guidance for all the women who want to return to work. And today we have a wonderful speaker. We have Shri Humrudha, Shri Humrudha, founder and CEO, founder of MumsWhoCode. She works as a software engineer in Microsoft, and this platform she built is a community where she's helping moms to return back to work. More about that is something that Shri would share. Shri, welcome to the panel. Can you? Yeah, I think.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you, Paresh. Yeah.
So
Don't bother about the background. Yeah, I'm occupying the kids' room. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Shri is mother of two young kids. She has done her MS in software engineering from VIT Velo University and MS in IT management from Indiana University. And she runs this exclusive community for women to restart basically in the tech world. And she also authored a book called Shri, maybe you would want to take that on the book and how is forward. I'll hand over it to you. Just start with want to a bit before we start. Want bit to understand what is this MumsWhoCode, right? Probably for everyone, just to give background and then start off with your presentation.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Thanks, Paresh. Hey, hi everyone. You can call me Shri, provided you don't have Siri at your home or in your hand. Just that it gets activated when you call Shri, right? We have that accident a lot of time at home. So yeah, Shri or Amruta, anything is fine. And the book title, I'll even talk about in down the slides. The title is Book from Nowhere. It's imaginatory story about software development best practices happening in the future. And they're programming a robot and sending the book in the present. So, that's a concept of that book. And regarding MumsWhoCode, I think this started last August when I had a couple of friends who had actually, the kids have grown up. They had a career break after their marriage and having kids, and now they have some time. And they were like, where do we start, right? So that was actually the point. And the title also, Restart, that was actually their also thought process. Then that's how it started. Like my known 6 people, like, friends and family, we all got together and we thought we'd learn something together. And starting from there, they brought their friends and family, and my mentors thought about, let's brand it and help out more people. There are many people out there, right? I think focus group will help them, motivate them. So I think the same, Bob, how you are also trying to, focus and motivate people around. So that was also the other point. That's how things started, where we are focusing on the people who are interested to come back to tech world. Currently, the area is about coding. And yeah, down the lane, we'll talk more about it. On a high level, just talk to people, chit chat about coding, get them energized and get back to work. That's all. Yeah.
That's awesome, Shri. So everyone in the panel, basically, please post your questions in the Q&A. We will take the questions after her presentation. Shri, over to you. Probably you would want to take your presentation through and let us know more about what is MumsWhoCode, what's your journey, and how did you actually, yeah. So go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. So one ask I ask for the audience is, it's my nighttime 9:04. If you want to ensure that I'm not going to sleep, I want this session to be interactive. So be ready with your chat window, like a fire chat. Like we are going to ask some questions and get some answers. So kind of do not break your keyboard, but then be nice and you can chat. Okay. I'll ensure that you're not going to sleep. That's how I'm going to ask questions and check if you're not sleeping. Okay. So let's keep it as much possible of interactive. This is not going to be any lecture that we're going to sleep, but just an interactive session, right? That's how I like to keep things. And let me go ahead and share my screen. Is my screen already shared?
No,
Not
you
yet, right?
have to share it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me know if it's visible.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So the topic today, return back to work is the theme that we are trying to do here. Something that specifically I want to talk about in tech world and the problem that, or a thought process that we will be having behind our head, right? Data-driven equality. I think whenever you think about a tech role, first thing you might think is it even a good fit for a woman, right? Let's dig deep and understand how it's going to shape out and what are the opportunities that is there out there currently that can help you leverage, right? So with that said, the other key aspect that I would ask each and every one of you to consider is what's your purpose? Based on my interaction with many people, or even for me, right? Why do you really want to come back to work, or why do you want to start working, right? Is it just because someone is asking you, hey, are you sitting at home simply? Is that the question that you want to answer, and that's what is driving you? Or are you really passionate about giving your time, that's time you spend with your family, or the time that you spend doing the most that you love to work, right? So these are the things that will help you to take the right decision ahead. So that's the theme for today's talk. So okay, to agenda. Um, as I said, I don't want you all to go to sleep. So before you get indulged into the conversation that we are going to have, I just want to, Paresh did touch upon briefly. So I'm going to tell who am I, who are you going to listen to, right? I really want you all to think as if I'm your neighbor or a friend or a sister kind of a thing, so that it's not that I'm 1,000 miles away, even for you to ask a very simple question or anything that comes to your mind, right? So that's how I want you all to be connected in this session, not just in this session, maybe in going forward also, right? And then why do you want to listen to me? Is it just because I have a fancy title? Is it just because I have that founder thing or not? Why do you want to really listen to me, right? Everything is going to be from my personal experience, or the information that I have from my friends and family, or from the MumsWhoCode interaction, right? And then now comes to the actions of yourself. So what is that you can do? This is all that is coming as a learning. It's not like a Bhagavad Gita, Bible, or fixed rules. But then what is that you can really do for yourself so that you can have a successful career that you're aspiring for? And then how can you do it? Generally people talk about telling, hey, you know what, just do the certification, attend these many interviews, you'll get a job, right? But how do you really do it? What is that happening in real ground, right? So that's the other aspect. Finally, when do we do it? Do we want to look for an auspicious day, or do you want to say, okay, my kid is now currently 2 years old, let me do a potty training and then go back, or let me start the daycare and then go back? So when do you want to actually do, right? These are very much basic things that we will be thinking about. So your first question, hope you have not slept across. In this agenda, what is that you would like to know more about? Can we have the poll?
Yes, Gagan, can you turn on the poll? Everyone, there's a poll live. Yeah, we're just launching. There's a poll that's live. Please put in your choices. Shri, maybe you'll be able to see the poll only after I end it. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, until you all answer, I'm not going to talk next, or I'll not move on to the next slide.
We got 65% of participants answered. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait.
Okay, I'm not singing a
30.
lullaby then. Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait for another 30 seconds and then it's...
And the kids are watching out. We chose a movie for them to watch. If at all you hear any sounds, it's going to be from them. Okay. So yeah.
That should be absolutely fine.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have about 70% of the answers. Should we end the poll?
Mm-hmm.
I think the
Oh, sure, yeah.
explicit, yeah. Share results. You could see the results now. Yeah.
Interesting. How is 40%, right? So exactly. So what's in reality? How is that we can execute? So good. Let's move on. So first of all, in the who section where we talked about, right, who am I really, right? So every single person here in the audience, or in the participants, we do play multiple roles in our lifetime. So I just listed down a couple of them here, which is going to be a influencing factor for the current topic that we're going to talk about. As Paresh also introduced, I have a 7 and 3-year-old, both are daughters, and then full-time software engineer. From August, I've started this initiative of MumsWhoCode. And while I was doing this initiative, the motive was just to have a friendly conversation, right? If you know someone who's able to do it, then you will be able to do it. You'll have that trust, you'll have that connection with them. So for my MumsWhoCode community to really understand what it takes to manage our time, to do something we are truly passionate about, I started writing a book. So that's how Writer also formed, right? The story that I want to share with them is real-time live examples. So that is how Shri has been progressed, or getting tamed or getting used to this culture itself. So your point that I want to make is, if at all you can take a moment, think about what is your purpose in your life or in the work area that you're thinking about, and what's your passion. If you can just think a thought and then share it in the chat. Just keep pinging, keep sharing.
Yeah. The chat is open.
Okay.
Just choose everyone and type in your comments. Maybe you want to repeat the question, Sri?
Yeah. So what's your real purpose in the return back to work, or starting work? What are you really looking for when you want to give your time, precious time, right? Even it's not going to come back in life. What's your purpose on that? And then what's your passion? Why do you want to do something that you want to do? What is driving you? If you've not thought about it, just a glance what it comes to your mind. Do not think too much, or just go for it. It's not going to be written in book, or we're not going to check for anything. Yeah.
There's a comment by Deepa saying cooking and research.
Nice. Do you want to research and cook, or interesting? Nice.
Reading novels.
My own identity. I just have another monitor just to look at the comments and all those things. Not to have an idle mind. Awesome. Yeah, so that's how we are unique, right? We are ourselves, our right from our fingerprint, our thought process, our activities, each and every one of us are unique in this world. That's the beauty of nature. Passion to achieve in career. Yeah, so what's mine? For me, I don't know, somehow right from childhood, I've not thought about it. It's like only when I prepare this deck, I'm like, okay, what's my purpose? What that I can put in the deck, right? So that's something that I put there. Every single time in my life, or the story that I'm going to share with you all, there's a point in time where you have to take a decision, right? Either you have to go this way or that way, either this job or the other job. Do you want to be a mother or not? Or do you want to do the job in this location or that location? Whom do you want to listen to? There's so many things, right? It's not very much specific to even a woman, but then anyone in this world. So for me, it's like every time when I have to think about something or take a decision, I just lean towards this, right? I want to do the right thing that makes me happy and my family happy, or my surroundings happy, right? So that's my purpose and my passion. So I got introduced to computers when I was in sixth grade. My dad bought me a system, and he taught me commands like MS-DOS commands like dir, cd, like create a folder, create a file. Somehow at that age, I felt it was magic. You do something and something comes green, something opens up. So that's how my craze for technology started. Not This should not be the case for everyone, right? Your spark can come at any point in time. Yeah, do something meaningful, society around me, teachings to school kids, interested in robotics. So yeah, so all the points that you've shared, it's not like you're born with it, or it's not like it'll come at this age point in time, right? It can happen any moment. That's the moment that you'll have to recognize, acknowledge, and nourish it. That's the point here. And then coaching and caring, as I said, my friends, family, whomsoever is there, I just keep talking. Maybe from August, I started talking more to inspire people. The only person who worries about me talking more is my husband. He's like, we have been married for 10 years. He says, I'm not seeing this Shri. Something has changed from August, right? He's the only person who's worried I'm talking. So coaching and caring has been part and parcel. So all this in a combo is what Shri is. And okay, what motivates me? People who have talked about cooking and research, passion and career. What is your motivation for you to achieve it? What is your motivation for you to even think about it, or give it a try? What are the thoughts? Just if you can share your motivations for doing what you want to do, or try to do what you want to do. Did you all go to sleep? Am I talking too fast? I have that habit of just talking. Is it fine? Okay. To see a better version of myself by each passing day. Hmm. I want to be self-sufficient and provide for my people and society. To become a role model to my kids. Yeah. In that aspect of role model to my kids, right? There was one time when I thought, this generation of kids, they have a lot of options. Let's say the YouTube restaurants, so many things, they start demanding for food, right? The bigger challenge is to be a role model for the kids, that you can cook yummy food that they can starve for, fighting with all the pizza and noodles and all those things. Yeah. As a teacher by profession, meeting the new minds, interacting, self-reliance, teaching robotics, settle in good position. Yeah. So just my motivating factors is like seeing smiles. If I have to, spend some time with them, if I can have that enjoyment, right? Even with my kids or anyone, and being true to ourselves. So even now, this live conversation that I'm happening, this is how I am. If you are looking like off camera without the recording, or if you're just sitting with me having a coffee or tea or bonda or bhaji, whatever, right? This is what she is. Um, and what's next? So it's like, what happens next? Now I'm coding for this. What happens next? Now I'm learning this language. What happens next? So these are the things that motivates me to do what I wanted to do, or follow my passion, or achieve my purpose. So that's what is motivating me. Okay. So now coming to the story part of, why do you think I will have some value add in the time that you're spending? 1 hour of your precious time, that too on a Sunday. Oh my God, there might be so many movies going out there. Now the theaters have opened. There are so many things. COVID is going down. You have a lot of time to spend outside it. But I really want to make the worthwhile of your time here, just to make the connection of why is that my talk here can help you out a little bit, right? Or just trigger the thought of thinking some aspects. That's more than enough. So in, well, which year? I think 2006, I joined my MS in software engineering with Vellore Institute of Technology. So my 12th grade mark was not that up to date to get a government aided college. My family background is like lower middle class, so we didn't have a lot of money to get into a good college. So I was very sure that I want something with related to computer science. I was not even clear on what is the course that I want to go, but something related to computer science, right? And then my dad was someone who supported me all along, doing all the research on which colleges have which application, what is their cutoff they're expecting, and all those things. So finally, I got into this college just because I want to do something related to computer science. So each and every one of you would have that challenge, right? To learn something, or to take it to a next level with some support system, right? So there was a struggle bit there. If I would have studied well in my 12th grade, then the struggle of me getting into the college would have been even more easier, or that experience. So then first job. So 5 years of Master of Science in Software Engineering. Um, VIT campus is huge, huge campus, and lot of opportunities, right? The placement opportunities there is really, really great. I don't know if you will believe or not, but this is reality. Campus interview I attended totally 9 companies. The first 7, consecutive 7, everything was a failure for me. Reject, 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 reject. Then I was like, okay, something is really wrong. Um, Maybe I don't even want to go for a job, right? I don't want to do something um, that I'm not being successful for, or I'm not ready for it, right? Then it was a very backward moment for me, telling that 7 consecutive, oh my God, I'm not ready for it. Um, but then I ended up having 2 job offers, one from another non-IT company and then from Microsoft. So this moment defined my life, telling if I would have not been trying, like what's next, right? Let me do something, let me try something. If I would have stopped there and taken a step back, maybe I wouldn't have been where I am currently, or I wouldn't be in a situation to explain the story to you all, to motivate you all, just think, hey, Shri, someone is out there, she was able to do it, right? It's the typical story of a miner who's just digging the for the diamond, and then you dig for so much and then you come back, right? So I think that moment defined me to say, if you are believing in something, just go for it. Do not listen to so many other people. I don't know how many of you are Tamil. I'm a Tamilian, so there's thing. Um, நாலு பேரு பேசுவாங்க, don't do that. Whenever you're trying to do something, there'll be like 4 people who are trying to comment some or the other thing, right? Just don't listen all. Listen to people whom you trust, whom you believe, whom you truly think that they value you more than anything else. Then that makes sense, not just keep listening for everyone else. So that's another career defining moment, or a life changing moment for me. And then I had my first kid. Uh, that time, I think I took 4 or 5 months of maternity leave, and then I came back to work. There were a lot of conversations like, will I really have that job for 5 months if I have to come back? And if at all, if I come back, will I be able to, make my career in a smooth direction, right? Let's say if my career is going here, just because I'm coming back from work after 5 months in an IT industry where you're not current, you don't know what is happening, what's there in the project, how the team is functioning. Like, what if it goes down, or what if I don't have my job, right? So that particular time, I had a lot of supporting people there, women leaders, or women network, who said if that's possible for them, then it's possible. That's how I came up with this title, right? So there were so many people who said maybe she cannot prove, or I've got feedback from my friends telling like, yeah, return back to work, you'll 5 months, you're used to it, and then you'll not have your tech career. So again, there'll be a lot of conversations going on. Just stand what your ground principles are, what your purpose is, and just go for it. So that time when I have to come back to work, I even question myself in any single project that I took, right? Will I be able to do? It's like 4 o'clock, I just have to go home. I have to see my kid. I couldn't even survive that break, right? How much ever I am far nearby home. So it's like people are still working. I'm leaving at 4 o'clock. Is it even possible? Is it even I can survive in this industry? So many things, so many barriers. It's not an easy thing, but it will pass along, and have that confidence, right? So that's another moment where I have to take my break and then question myself and everything. And after 5 years of industry experience, I wanted to change my job. Um, or the reason was that the role that I was playing was not exciting me. So it's like I knew the system end to end. That was not. If I have to go back to work, oh, there's no more problems for me to solve, or challenging problems for me to solve, right? And I had to look out for a job. Any guesses how many jobs I would have applied? Any rough numbers that you want to throw out? So I was searching for a job, I think for a year. Can you just throw out some numbers on how many jobs I would have applied, interviewed, or any number? 75, 20, uh-huh. Okay, wow. 100 plus. Okay, you win. 100 plus jobs. And how many jobs I would have got in a first call is less than 10. So again, lot of disappointments, right? Do I really want to change my job or stop my job? So many questions. And It's like the movie, not just in love scenes, the love angels rotate. In these type of typical situations, even that angry angel will also keep rotating, right? So it's like multiple minds talking to each other, multiple voices, split personality, whatnot. Everything will happen in life. Yeah, so I got my response at least to tell like, hey, this is not something that we are looking for. We are looking for another profile. The probability reduces, right? Reduces. And then finally, I got a job. Um, so that's when I moved from Hyderabad, India campus to US campus. And that's another journey, right? I'll come back why that is important. In a 1 year time, 100 plus jobs, and then I got in there. Then I had my second kid. This was very much typical because for my first kid, I didn't have any nausea or any other symptoms, right? It was like very normal. Every day I used to go for office. I went to office just even 4 days before delivery. It was very smooth. Nothing happened in my job. But for my second kid, right from day one till day, before the delivery, I was having all combinations of things. I'll just get ready, step out of the home, and I cannot go to work. And I'll drop an email telling work from home, I'll sit and work. So this was happening for all along in my pregnancy time. And again, questions came in. Hey, Shri, you just started doing your job in this new team, and you're not coming to office. How do you think you will be evaluated? If people don't know Shri by face, then how is that you can do, right? Maybe I again thought, maybe this is the end for my career. What will I do? And then there was again moments where I have to think, reflect, and do things. Then I've valued really. If Shri Humrudha is known to the work area or to anyone, is about the value that I bring in, not because of this face, right? Today I have makeup, tomorrow I don't have makeup, or the movie styles. If you just get up from bed, how will your face? So more than face value, I really think about people's value that you bring, right? So I thought, fine, if that's what others people are thinking and that's what I am hearing, I'm not bothered about it. I want to define myself, what are the values or the impact that I bring. And that's how that particular journey carried away even from the pregnancy. And coming back to work, I lost my mom when my kid was 2 months old, and I joined back work after 8 months of break. So I took all the possible leaves in my life, this leave, that leave, everything that's possible. And after 8 months of my kid, so this was in 2019, start of the pandemic period. So I came back to work, and someone said, right, my idle time. My mom's loss was a big thing. So we both are like chit chatting everything that happens in my life, right from kindergarten or whatever grade that you want to call. It's all because of her. Today's even talk, right? I don't have stage fear. I don't have butterflies in my stomach just because of her, because she enrolls me, she uplifts me anytime in my life, or for any presentation or any talks, any competition, right? So her loss was very much empty space in my life. So as soon as I came back to work, people said, see, you have an young kid, you lost your mother, will you be able to focus on work? Then I said, you know what? Give me a work that is most challenging. So I got into that work. I don't even know when I go to office, when I come back, right? I did have family support when my kid was 8 months old, and then pandemic started in few months. So with all that in place, I got that work, which is kind of a research work. But then since I was occupied, just to kill my idle time, I was occupied, I delivered the work. So it might all look heroic and story based, but then it's each and everyone's individual pain that you would have gone through, right? The support system that you have in your family, your friend circle. So that's how I came back to work with all these difficulties. And after I delivered that project, again, my idle time started. I didn't know what to do. And it's like my mom wouldn't be happy if I'm being, you know, d- putting down myself and putting people around me. So that's when I started my master's while I was working, while with both the kids. And that's when I started master's in IT management, where to keep myself occupied. and I want to do something above coding, right? All this time I was being a developer, just coding, development, testing, release, and all those things. What is that beyond coding? Today they give me a requirement, design a login page. Let me design a login page. But why they want a login page? Why don't they want an OTP or a two-factor authentication or a password or whatnot, right? So why certain decisions are taken in IT field? So that was my driving factor, or unknown factor that I want to learn. So this course helped me understand that picture. So again, to kill my idle time, I did this. Not an easy thing. After what, 8 years of studies, doing your exams, homework, your scores, my God, not a good thing to have kids at home, right? Because they bring their mark sheet, you bring your mark sheet. It was all fun. So after 18 months, I completed that and then started my MumsWhoCode. So I graduated in May, and from May, again, my idle time started. What shall I do? Then my friends came in conversation, started MumsWhoCode, wrote a book, then again a job hunt. So now 9+ years of experience, I really wanted another thing because I've been in this team for 4 years. I was losing my excitement to come back to office or get up daily in the morning. But this time, any guesses how many jobs I would have applied? Let's see. Last time it was Monisha. 20, 30, 50, 40. Yeah, somewhere around 50 jobs I applied. But the best thing that happened between the previous job hunt and this job hunt is I got the job within a week. And I attended just one interview. I got it. The key thing that I didn't have during my previous job and this job is networking. So basically, there's a person who's my neighbor, and we have been neighbor for 2 years, right? So we know how we have been interacting or any planning, like a birthday party planning or friends planning or any tiny things that happens in the community or whatnot, right? So 2 years networking skills, and then anyone who have done with project. So when I said, hey, I'm looking for a change, so many people from my network started reaching out to their network and their network, so which I didn't have in my first job. That was the reason 1 year 100+ jobs and so many hangama happened, right? So this job hunt, it was very smooth. Then I thought, oh my God, networking has its own power. And wow, is doing that in a very, very neat and nice way, right? I actually started looking at their 13x website, and I was going through their videos. Oh my God, you literally have everything that you need for you to start a career or to be having a successful career if you're already in a job or if you're thinking about startup, right? I think, Paresh, kudos to you and your team. You're really doing an awesome job to support that community, right? Congratulations for that. I'm really happy to see someone out there who's trying to do something better for the society.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shri. Thank you.
So that's the reason I want to highlight this job hunt here. Even for your case, if you think there's something that you're striving for, the networking is going to come along. And person like me, there's a personality assessment which says introvert. I'm not a person who can easily connect with people, who can easily talk with people. My kids move around the community and bring friends rather than me going and talking, right? That's how I have been. And this particular recent job change has really helped me or showed me results of networking, which I did not believe or which I did not even practice. People keep saying that, yeah, how do I really go talk to someone unknown, right? Or how do I really go talk, hey, what are you doing? What are the technology that you're working on? So I think if you can think about in my own story, it's not a successful path every single time. There's every single milestone that I have achieved, I did have struggle. I did have someone helping me or someone, going against me or going against my thought, but something happened towards the end, right? So that's what I'm saying. If I can do it, or if someone else can do it, I think each and every one of you can definitely do it, right? just go along, tag along. There'll be some inner thing, that inner voice that will be telling you, just follow it across, right? Okay, so now coming to the what section. What are the things that you can do? First thing, as I keep saying, find your purpose, because if you are getting into a job tomorrow, how long can you survive, right? Once you're into that circle, oh my God, okay, let me just finish this job for 1 year and then find another job. But that 1 year, when you're there for something that you have not chosen or you wished for, that 1 year you'll have your mental stress, health issues, whatnot, right? There'll be so many things coming across. You might even lose the precious time that you're having with your family. So really look for something that motivates you, follow your passion and purpose, that will actually take you places all along. So I don't know if at all someone likes your chemistry and biology. I really don't. Okay, I don't like it. If I would have ended up in a job or something of that sector, I'm for sure day one or day zero, they would give me some package and telling, please, Shri, just get home. So, or I would have lost my enthusiasm, or, I wouldn't even have be living a happy life if I have chosen something that is not meant for me, right? So that's your first thing that you want to do. And next, forget about all the hindrances, like, oh, really, this job, I have to do this. Can I do this? How many of you really think about coding is difficult? Whenever I interact with this MumsWhoCode participants who have keep registering, right? Do you have manual testing course? I have heard that this is the easiest way to get into the industry. So I think all these misconceptions can come in and out. Take it with a pinch of salt, or whatever analogy that you want to think. But then, first thing, when it says, like, okay, me being a woman, me being in a career break, or I have my dependents to support, can I do it? Or let me ask you a question. If you're having kids, how many times have you missed packing the lunch or preparing your kid to go to school, right? How many times, if let's say 1 year, the kid's school year, out of that 300 days or 250 days that they're going to school, how many days did you miss doing it? Very handful, right? It'll be very much less number of count. But how do you think you can do it? Were you very much sure when you got married before having kids that you were able to do it? Oh yeah, 8:45, let me calculate this. Today, what lunch shall I prepare? Today I have at home, or how many things that you can do. You just did it, right? You can do it. That's what I'm trying to say here. The other thing is, try for yourself. So there are people from MumsWhoCode. They have come and said, I don't have a engineering degree or a computer science background. I don't even know anything about programming. Will I be able to, sign up for this course and do it? The one thing that I say to them is, give it a try for yourself. I might have participants who are coming in with an engineering background, with an experienced, they're in their career break, they're coming and trying it out, but they're not able to be successful. But I do have participants who are from accounting background, right? Who is a mathematician, mathematical teacher or something of that sort, biomedical background. They are actually learning. It totally depends. Forget about your education system. It totally depends on what you're driving for, and it can really happen. So try it for yourself before you take a decision that this is not good for me. Something might be really evident. As I said, for me, chemistry, biology, for sure. Even if they give me $1 million, or if even if God comes and says that, hey Shri, you'll not even die, you'll live forever, can you take chemistry and biology? No, I'm done. That's something evident, very clear. But there is something that you're not sure. Can I not, this, that? First, I can do it. Just give it a try. Give full heartedly, right? Then you can do it. So that's how things have worked for me and worked for the circle that I'm interacting with. Then is find your network. As I said, you don't want to apply for 100 jobs, wait for a year to find a job, rather than apply for few jobs and have your network system to support it, right? So find your network. If you are someone who is, who doesn't know speak English, then find your network of who are people that can help you out, right? I think same Vaave is a another great platform of network who's connecting to the alumni in that particular sector, or if you're looking for a job in this particular testing or business analyst or whatnot, right? So you have your confined network. Reach out to your network. That will really help you out. And then practice a rhythm. Um, what if our school year for the kids or any other activity that happens is like once in a while? Then we won't even know like what time do I do, right? How do I do it? I don't know how many of you have tried different cuisines. If our Indian cuisine is something that we have been doing day in and day out, if you have to bake something, bake or try some other cuisine that's not your daily thing, we'll agree like how many times the same YouTube video recipe we would have seen, right? Um, Even today, I think I did kadai paneer. I was actually looking for so many videos and trying because that's something that I've not tried upon. So anything for the new or the first time, you will have hindrances, accept to it, but then practice a rhythm. Let's say if you're taking some 30 minutes for yourself to learn something that you're interested in, or to sign up for some course, or look at the videos that's there in Vaave or any other area learning materials, right? Just practice the rhythm. 30 minutes, okay, let me do that 30 minutes, but keep it consistent. You will actually figure out for sure if it's going to help you or not. That's the only thing. Just that you go try it for one day. Will it work or not? There's no magic that's going to happen here. And the next thing is accept, act, and appreciate. So one of my friends shared a story. Hey, Shri, you know what? I have been um, trying to work out and I have tried that for a week. I'm able to do only that. And then I'm breaking out. I'm breaking the rhythm, right? Is that even possible? I said, why not? Look what you have achieved. For me, workout zero. If I have achieved it for 1 hour, that's a big appreciation for me, right? Appreciate that, accept the fact that, okay, I've tried something consistently, but now I've taken a break. That's fine. That's totally fine. No one is perfect in this world. If if it's a winter season, if it's not raining, again, there's nothing perfect, right? It's not written in stone or whatnot. So appreciate the fact that you have spent 30 minutes for a week for something that you really want to give it a try. If you want to take a break and then start next. So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to have always an uplift curve. That's not success. Let it be up and down. That's reality, right? But then do appreciate yourself for the effort that you're picking up. I think how many participants do we have today?
We have about 60. 55.
Yeah, so okay. So you all have taken an act. You're doing your action just for this 1 hour for you to listen and right. Then that is something that is down there in your heart telling, okay, is there something that I can do differently for some other purpose that you have shared, right? Just appreciate the fact that you have taken your first step. Just keep continuing it. So that's what I call it as actions. Then coming to the part of how. So now in the how section, I'm going to talk about two aspects. One is very much detailed about coding. Another one is about general tech roles, right? Because I am a software engineer. I'm going to be completing 10 years in another couple of months. So I can talk more of where I'm coming from, what I'm good at. And then on the tech roles, generally I'll talk about it, but I'm happy to answer any questions if I can know. Okay. Um, so coding, do not be scared. Today there's one programming language, tomorrow there's one programming language, and it's like the language that you speak, right? If you're good at one language, just understand the fundamentals and keep going on. So that's fine. There'll be crazy people will be inventing. We cannot keep doing, right? There'll be people doing a lot of new cooking recipes. It's not that we'll have to keep us updated, right? So pick something that you're thinking that language will help. So understand the fundamentals. If it's a process, just understand the fundamentals. That is more than enough, right? If I'm just taking cooking and kids example because that's our day in day out. I'm sorry if you are not a mother, but then think about anything related to your dependent that you care about. I'm sure every one of you will have someone to care about, even for caring for yourself, right? That's very much important. So if it's like chili powder is going to have spices, that's your fundamentals. Similarly for coding, if you're going to think about this is my software going to look for It's data storage. Okay, what is the data storage? How things work, right? If it's going to be a website, okay, how are the things that's going to work? So these are things fundamentals that can go granular also. So that's fundamentals. Then the standard. I'll share some links after the um, session or in the chat where coding can be done in very much different styles. What happens if you follow a standard? That's going to help you out. And then keep practicing. Today you learn something to create a website, to create a login page, and after a year, it's not something that you will remember, right? Just keep continuously practicing your coding. So that's another winner for you in coding. Do not be hesitant or do not pull yourself back telling, hey, testing is something that I can start. But just give it a try. Do not listen to me also. Just give it a try and see if that's something that helps you out. And then you have your developer profile. I'll quickly show you what I mean. So once you have your developer profile built, you actually know you can show it up to the in your resume, in your interview, telling that, hey, me being a developer, this is what my profile is. I'm good at data, I'm good at UI and whatnot, right? So then open source. A bigger advantage in technology is open source development is out there in the world. If typical interview question, right? You're coming back after 6 months or you're coming back after 6 years. What did you do last? Can we say something that we have done 6 years back? The industry will not be able to appreciate us. So open source is another platform that you can really leverage in coding and then really make an impact. Developing a software for to kill someone's time or get someone's brain damage rather than making something useful for people, right? So that's the impact I'm talking about. So let me quickly share the screen of what I want to talk about. Um, mhm. Okay. So let me know if you're able to view my screen, right?
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, so this is open source in GitHub I'm using. This is MumsWhoCode GitHub organization. All the projects that you see here are coding and the participants are doing all these projects, right? So if I have to, let me select my profile. So the developer profile that I'm talking about in open source is something. So how much have I contributed? What have I contributed for? And what if I say the code that you write can be generated into resume? Do you think it's possible or not? How many of you think that's a mystery or that's not possible? Any thoughts? So this is what I'm talking about. So this Git file project is actually looking at all your open source contribution and giving out your rank. There are many participants from MumsWhoCode here, right? Let me take my profile. And the person who invented this is Hassan. You see Hassan's rank and you name females. If there's industry that's talking about, it's true, right? Gender equality, data driven, this is possible. Let me just click on my profile where you can take a look. So these are all different attributes. This is my profile, and this is actually the resume. I can just copy paste. It talks about the time period and all those things. So you don't have to really look for a job for you to, start your career. Just go for it. There are multiple opportunities. No one says that, excuse me, I don't know if I can share the PowerPoint. Yeah, no one says that, hey, coding, you really want to work on a project, that's when you'll get a job, right? You should have something on your resume, but now you have a solution for it. That's possible. This is what I talked about equality. If this is a design that someone is going to deliver for person A and person B, what is the value that they're bringing in? That's this website. Someone is going to, have place an order, ship it and do that, right? Will that person be paid equally just because of gender? Other attributes, location, nationality, color, background, you need to know to speak English. So this Git file project and the way in which the system is designed, nothing is there. You just deliver your code, you have your impact, you have your rank and score. That's how you're getting. So this platform, I'm using it to build the confidence among the mums in coding. So now coming to the tech roles in general, right? So have your support networks if you're looking for testing or program manager or product manager or a business analyst, find your support networks who can help you out. And then social media is a big win here. You can actually go read about so many things, keep following the pages or hashtags, whatnot. You can keep yourself aware of what's happening there and really know your value. There are so many stories, right? An old car, if you're going and putting up in a showroom, the value is less rather than a museum, right? Really know your value on whatever tech roles that you're taking up. And another challenge is stay current. So in MumsWhoCode, what I keep doing is I ask them to read technology news and ask them to come and present so that they actually practice reading so many other things happening in the industry and staying current. And then however I'm learning from my mentors or my friends, I'm sharing with you all. Just keep sharing. That's how you build your network. More importantly, any decision that you're taking, if money is your driving factor, just give a second thought and then proceed. It's not that that's a wrong thing, but just give a second thought if it's really important and then proceed, right? Coming to MumsWhoCode, I think it's 9:52, so I'll just briefly talk about it. Everything is out there in public. If you go to mumswhocode.com, you're going to have the website, which is going to take you to the GitHub page, the YouTube page, everything. So here, I'm not the one who's instructing. The participants come up and say, "Hey, Shri, I'll achieve this in next week. This is my goal." And then we do beyond coding, as I said, staying current. We do have read and share where you read a news, come and present. You practice your presentation skill. And then we do have group discussions, right? So many design discussions, team discussions. You'll just have to keep waiting. Let them call out my name. Hey, Shri, do you have any point? No, that's how not industry works. So what's beyond coding? And then MumsWhoCode is about learning platform where you have an opportunity to learn. Marketing is just we give you kudos in all the public forums like LinkedIn and all those things. So if an HR is looking for your profile, more than your resume, they look for your social media sites, right? If they look, you already have your endorsements, your achievements there. And portfolio builders, you actually know if you're getting good at coding, what is your core skill. So that's all about MumsWhoCode and how we function. For more details, look at the website. And then now coming to when to start, I think this was another thing, right? You're always ready, as I said, preparing kids to go to school or your husbands to go to office or your parents, you're taking care of your parents or you're teaching the students or whatnot, you're always ready. Believe me, if you're given that opportunity, I'm sure you'll be able to succeed. Or if you have failures, you're going to learn about it, right? So grab the moment, just go with the flow and keep it consistent, the same pattern of rhythm. You don't have to wait telling, okay, let me finish this course and start something, right? So theory is fine. Try to do something practical that stays with you. And then you're not alone. For sure, you're not alone. There will be so many people who, all of us are on the same page, right? So today I might have a problem, tomorrow I might have a different problem. So I can reach out to people who are in the same situation. And then think about your achievements. Please do appreciate it. That's very, very important, right? It's not about only when you earn a salary or when you own a promotion or when you win an award, that's an achievement. Not at all. Every single time that you put yourself for what you're truly believing in, that's an achievement. So that's another thing. Yeah. So end of the day, take care of your health. That's a driving factor. And pandemic has helped us a lot in learning how we have to value our work-life balance or even life itself, right? And do care for others. Um, yeah. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. Just go for it. Yeah. Do we have any questions yet?
Yeah, before that, I would, Shri, so basically, just for the benefit of the audience, we'll probably speak about MumsWhoCode a bit more as well. So let me just brief what I understood and what I know about MumsWhoCode, and that may help a lot of people. So it's
Mhm.
basically a community where you have moms who are actually coming and meeting. How frequently do they meet? Uh,
Yeah, so we keep changing our strategy. So this thing works in a sprint. We work in an agile. So four
okay,
week is a sprint. So we
okay,
start our week and every day we code, we meet like a stand up where we unblock each other. on
Okay.
what we learned yesterday, what are we going to learn tomorrow. And if someone else has solved the problem, they become their mentors, they become
All right.
their buddies, and then start working on it, right? And Fridays, right now we have shifted to Thursdays. So weekly once is a special event. So first week is group discussion where we bring general topic, time
Right.
management, self-confidence. Um, Last week's topic was cloud. What is that cloud? What are the providers in cloud? Just group discussions, right? And the
Right.
second Friday is read and share, where you read a technology news, summarize it in 100 words, and just come and present it to the team.
Right.
And then the third week is individual presentation, where you pick any topic, technical topic that you want, present, take question and answers,
Right.
and you can practice telling, I don't know this answer, I'll come back, rather than trying to beat around the bush and come up with some answer, right? So all this activity are boosting them. And the final week activity is sprint retrospection, where we come and say, okay, what are the things that worked for us in the last 4 week? Is that
Hmm.
something that we can continue, or do we want to change?
Right.
Other than that, the whole process is you pick your own project, you learn, you code for your project, and you demo your project. And that's how this resume gets built up.
Right. And there's a community of moms who actually support that, like mentor themselves, and most of the peer learning happens there, right?
Yeah, each and every one have their unique strength that they're sharing with each other.
Uh,
Yep.
awesome. And how does this work? Like, say, how if someone wants to join this community, how do they join you, or what should they do?
Yeah, they can go to the website. It has a registration link. They just fill in and they can even start the next day. So it's not a specific batch.
Right.
As I
Okay.
said, if they want to start, they start it right away. So once you register, you're going to get onboarded with certain emails and all those things. Once you have that, you start on working on it. There's no date telling every 3 months once the batch starts or batch ends. The reason that
Awesome.
I have designed it is because in real-time corporate world, not everyone are in the same level of experience, right? We do have some seniors, some juniors, or some people in the middle level. That's the same thing that I'm trying to do in MumsWhoCode, where let's say there's a person who has been there for all 8 months.
Hmm.
You don't have to be hesitant. Will I be suitable here? Because so many people know so many terms, language coding language terms, right? Not really. That's how in industry also. There'll be a
Right.
college fresher who is joining with 10 years oral experience. You don't have to be scared. So that's the structure. If you are registering today, the next working day you can even start. Yeah.
Sure. Awesome. And is there any charge for this? How do you run this?
Yeah, fee is there. Your time is fee,
Okay.
and then you have to respect each other. What I mean by it is if there are 10 people attending the session trying to listen to you what you're talking about, just do your due diligence, right? Rather than coming and telling, hey, I don't even have a topic. It's something for you and for others to learn. So the fee is this: your commitment, your accountability, and you're ready to learn. That's all.
Wow, awesome. So what Shri is telling is that there's no charges or anything for the community she's running, but in terms of monetary charges, but what you require is once you join, you need to have a commitment and participate actively in all the sessions she's taking. Okay, not Shri,
Yeah.
but the communities. There's a lot of peer support that you get from MumsWhoCode, and you can learn your own. You can learn at your own pace. You can learn at the way you would want on the topics that you would like to, but you have to have the commitment that I'm going to join those sessions and participate actively. So
Yeah.
that's,
And
I
in
think,
reality, if you're not able to come up, just open up and be setting the right expectations, right? There are even sometimes when my kid sits on my lap and we still have our sessions. So if you're
absolutely
not able to make up for the session, just be upfront. That's how industry honors you. If you're
right.
telling that, okay, you're expected to a meeting, but you're not able to make up, then they'll look up to you. Hey, you should have informed us, right? That's the same practice I'm trying to bring here. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a very wonderful platform. I think Sri was building, and I just shared the link in the chat as well. We'll share in the WhatsApp group that is available as well. So just join there and tag along with Sri for that. Sri, there are some questions. This is for people who are
Yeah,
joining to
sure, go
join
ahead.
IT, right? But there are questions for non-IT people. Like, so if there's a non-IT professional, and where should they start? Because there's no community like this for non-IT right now. What do you suggest?
Hmm. Yeah, I think look for any support platform, right? If Vaave is ready to support you for an accountant job or your alumni network, as I said, you're not alone. There is some tiny thing, even if your neighbor, that's your community. You just start talking, connecting with people, and it's like that network of graph, right? Eventually, you'll find there. Yeah, just give it a try. Do not feel hesitant telling that, hey, my job is very unique. I cannot even explain to them. Put forward, break your challenges, just talk.
Right,
Only
absolutely.
thing is your husband should be worried of talking much, but otherwise, just enjoy.
Yeah, I would probably add to that. Basically, when most of the times what happens is that we think the problems are on our head and we try to say we have to solve it all. Okay. What we have seen working really well is that there's a lot of network outside there, your alumni, your friends, your colleagues, your classmates. All you have to do is go and speak to them. Okay. The moment you start speaking to them, tell them that these are the challenges I'm facing. You will find your own support group. I think that's the key of what Sri means by networking. All you have to do is go and
Or another clue that people can understand is how do you think your husbands can find a cricket team? Wherever location you change, next
yeah,
week they'll find a cricket team to step out of the weekend, right? How do they do? Same magic. Yeah.
absolutely. So Sri, also just an input from you would. Do companies mind women having career breaks? How would they return to work? Like, say, how do companies react to that when someone applies with a career break?
I think now people are acknowledging it a lot. That's reality, right? And this pandemic is a perfect example. So many people would really come and ask, hey, I have someone to take care at home. Can I work from home? No, 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 no. This job doesn't even demand, that's not possible. If you're working from home, just put your papers and go, right? But now it's like 2 years. It's a perfect example to all the corporate world or anyone who's giving a job to understand how world can work. So this is a big win for anyone who's going to come back to work because that's been the reality. People have experienced it.
Yeah,
So
and there's
career
this.
break, and if at all, if there's a value that someone thinks that, hey, you've taken a career break, it's, we cannot take you, then just, it's like the grape is so sour. The company is not worth to have you. Just move along. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So any company that says we would not want to prefer you is something, it's not a right company for anyone to work with, actually, not only for women. Okay. But also the other way, what I have seen in the market is that companies actually want a lot of women to come back, and companies do respect that a lot. So career break is actually not something that probably you need to be embarrassed of, or you need to really hide. So how do you deal, like, say, when you attended an interview at a company, did you tell about this career break? How do you deal with that, Sri?
Yeah. 6 months, if they come and ask me, or 8 months, if they come and ask me, what did you do in the last 8 months? Taking care of kids. That's reality. And do you know this technology? Do you know that technology? There are so many things unknowns. What I know is this. If you think I'm fit for you, okay, go ahead. If not, let's move on. I think it takes that. It's like if you're doing the murder for the first time, you're hesitant to do it. If you've done it for the first time, then it's like 10 times, right? It's the same thing. If you've cooked a cake perfectly, first time you'll have the tension. And if you're practicing it, it's done. That's the same thing. Just even in MumsWhoCode, we do have mock interviews. Just people come and talk about how do you get interviewed. It's like if you're ready to face those questions and think about what's best, you'll be able to excel it. Just keep it consistent and practice. Yeah.
Right. And usually, do you have to learn something new as a course? Because that's a question that comes frequently.
Mhm.
I have to do a couple of courses and then go back, or is it that they can find without those? But if they have a skill that's already there, how do you see this specifically?
Yeah,
Kind
I
of
think
paid course?
once you are looking, yeah, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. You please go ahead.
Yeah, so if at all you are looking for a specific job, right, you might have your job description. So if you're preparing yourself, then start looking at the job description. Then you'll identify patterns. Okay, this particular job is demanding for me this technology or this aspect of it. Then go to internet, just search for it. Keep yourself updated. Do not stop yourself telling that, okay, I'll complete the course and then try. It's like do have the parallel activity. If at all, what's going to happen? You're going to fail the interview. You're not going to get the job, but you are gaining the experience how to attend the interview. If people are looking like, okay, you complete the job, then only I'll come, just go for it. I think Paresh, you said, right, there's so many things in your mind that will go. Be worried or concerned about the things that are in your control. What is in your control? Click on apply, upload your resume, turn up for the interview. That's in your control, right? Give your best. people taking no higher decision is not in your control. Just forget about it. If they are not ready to do for it, then they are losing you. So just do it. That's all. No. Yeah.
So Shri, what you said again, just do it, and someone wants to go and apply. But then a lot of women actually think about, will I be able to do it? Because managing family, home, kids, and a job, because they aspire to get into a job and return to work, maybe for various reasons, like we saw, they would want to.
Yeah.
That's a passion that they want to pursue, or it's also about identity, right? How do they get that confidence that they can manage everything?
Yeah. I think
How do they find
trying
themselves?
for themselves, trying for themselves, they'll find the path. As I said, when the time we are born, or when we're trying our schooling or college, we don't even know we'll be able to juggle around so many things, right? I think if at all you think about WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and LinkedIn, if at all you think about those are professional networks or whatnot, YouTube, um, movies, channels, how are we juggling about these things? We didn't even have internet back or these apps back, right? We are able to make our time out.
Right.
So I think try out something will work, something will not work, learn from it and just keep adapting to it, right? Yeah.
But how did you make a decision that I would want to go back to work? At what point of time that happened for you?
Yeah, so after my kids are born, it's like you get that bonding, right?
Right.
There are many times where I literally just sit alone and think, like, do I have to, resign and be at home? What will I do? And all those things. And taking my example, whom I know, same thing, each of you would have like someone whom you know, right? So for me, my mom, she left her career just because we were born.
Mm.
And me not leaving my career is like a big sin. Oh my God, my mom is someone who's done this. My relatives are someone who has done this. And in my family, I'm the first generation woman who's working full time right from out of college. At any one point in time, women's have, come back. It's like I've done a big sin. I have to go do something, puja or karma or whatnot, right? So it's like I still have that guilt.
Right.
As I said, my mom literally she signs me up for all the competitions just because I have to, come up brave and being a woman in the world and all those things, you have to become brave, not dependent, etc., etc. For my kid, I miss signing up for competitions or doing her homework, right? I live with the guilt, but I make up to it. I acknowledge that I'm not able to be the mom that I have got, but I'll try to be. So I do things with tech, right?
Okay.
So I've started working with my kid for design pairing. She's into designing, so she pairs with certain kids in, come up and say today aquarium is our theme. Let's just design. You know, so playing using my strength of tech, using the computers, and then spending time with kids, right? I think we'll all find the way. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal until you get inside it. Yeah.
And probably what I get from what you speak is maybe it's first thing that you probably want to do is move away from the guilt that hey, I have to take care of, I think this is my responsibility. Maybe that's the first move. If you can get that, I'm out of that guilt. Okay, don't feel guilty about yourself, and then I think it's easier, much easier to find. And rightly, as Sri pointed out, the support system plays an important role, I think.
Yeah.
So Sri, we
Even
are
in this MumsWhoCode call, people come and say that, hey, sorry, I'll go on mute. My kids are there. Then I'll take my kid and put on my lap. Okay, turn on camera or, start talking.
there's
Kids
my
are
kid
there.
on
Then
my
kids
right.
will start.
There's a kid on my right. He's just showing me something I need to see there. But yeah,
See,
awesome.
exactly. No women, no men. We are all equal. Yeah. Just go for it. Yeah.
So all right, I think we are out of time. There's one question. I think this is again specific question, very specific to someone coming from a non-IT and a civil engineering sector. She specifically says that, hey, I'm not sure if this is not usually civil is very not friendly for women. So how do I do that? I think I don't have an answer. I don't think so. Shri, would you have an answer for that?
I'm sorry. I didn't get it
The
properly.
question is
Yeah.
about, like, I'm coming from a civil engineering sector, which is not very friendly to moms or women, and I have a 9 month
Okay.
old kid. So where do I begin? And she says that she has
Yeah.
lost confidence in herself.
Yeah. I think find someone who's already there, right? Maybe there's one point in time when IT job or engineering degree is only meant for men or something. Now things are changing, right? So if civil engineering, there'll be many things. So social media is a big win. Start looking out for what you want. It is already there. That's how people are making money. Data, data, data. So just go search for civil engineering community. Facebook, just go search for some name like hashtag civil engineering women or something. They should be out there. There's so many things. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't have I don't at least have an answer specifically for you, but like Sri said, specifically, there are a lot of people who can help you out who are already in the sector, and there are a lot of jobs within civil will also not required to be on field, right? We could probably do it, like a lot of things happen, design happens on computers today. So maybe we'll have to find out, because we're not experts in that. Maybe we will not be able to answer you. We'll probably see how we can support you through the community that we are building. Shri, it's
Sure.
already we are 15 minutes out
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Any last suggestion or a comment that you would want to pass on before we close the session?
Yeah, I think, I've talked a lot. Again, my husband will be the bad. If he'll not look at this video at all, if at all he looks at it, right? So I think just go do out there. So many people. I'm happy to connect and answer any questions in LinkedIn. If you have any specific scenarios, still you're thinking, hey, should I do it? Should I do it? Let's just get it done. Yeah.
Sure. So thank you very much, Sri, for this lovely 1 hour session, for helping exactly, because listening to you, it was so inspiring, like the kind of hurt, the challenges you face, rejections you face, and still you made it, right? So, and that's so inspiring for a lot of women. I'm sure everyone would probably want to start seeing it. How can they start their ready to work? And to everyone who is participating in the session today, we launched this program Restart, specifically helping all the women who want to return to work, and we're working with a lot of companies now, seeing opportunities that can be possible for you. A lot of companies today even offer returnship programs where they don't directly take you into the job, but like an internship they offer, where you spend with them about 3 to 6 months, and then they observe you in the company. And there are a lot of such programs are also coming. We're also compiling a list of such returnship programs that we'll keep sharing with all of you. We want to do sessions like this every week coming forward, and we'll keep sharing those sessions in the same chat group that we've created, because that's more to give you an updates about what is happening. Please do join all the sessions, and somewhere you would also find the answers for all the questions that you're asking. So any other questions that you have, keep posting us. And if you're looking for a job actively right now, go to the Restart page. Gagan will share that link in the chat in the group, and apply. Our talent acquisition team will actually reach out to you, understand your preferences, understand your profile, and then look out for companies who would want to hire you. So yeah, and we don't commit to saying that, hey, I can get you a job within X number of days, but we will try our best to get you the best suitable position.
Yeah, I think one last question is this only for moms? So I do even have people who are single, even male participants who are learning. So, I'm not even interviewing, do you have kids, right? So if you're interested to learn, just go for it. That's all. Yeah. Thank you so much. I just still keep talking. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sri. Thank you, Gagan and Deepti, for coordinating this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.